What's going on, everybody? Here we go. We're back. Another episode of Make the Right Play. We're here. I got the coach on my left. As always, I got Yabui behind the camera, making everything work for us, making everything sound great for us. Shout out Yabui and Yabui Media for all your media needs in the Pensacola area. We're here. It's another Wednesday edition. We got a great show in store for you guys. Lots of fun topics. Well, I take that back. It's really not fun topics, but a lot of topics to talk to you guys about. We got a lot of stuff going on here. A lot of underground stuff going on here. Coach wants to stay away from the mainstream media. She wants to have nothing to do with what's going on in the real world that people care about and talk to you guys about stuff that really nobody cares about. But we're going to go with it anyway. So, Coach, how you feeling? What's going on? I know you're very stressed. What's going on here?
Yeah, I just need you to move that paper for
Oh,
me.
you need me to move this paper?
Yeah,
Okay, hold on.
sorry. There.
We're talking about Satanism today, so Coach is extra stressed out. So she's got Jesus, and not only does she have Jesus, but she has a special prayer candle as well to make the room nice and comfortable here for us.
Well, yes, because I have to say, the Epstein, I haven't been very good ever since the Epstein file has been released, to be honest with you, because I'm the type of person who likes to see the beautiful things in life. I'm like a high vibe
Oh, yeah,
type
Coach?
person. Yes. You know,
Some
I'm
of these
very
videos
positive.
is definitely not the beautiful things in life.
Well, exactly. So after seeing what was in the Epstein files, I really had to start doing a deep dive. And you know how I feel about the rabbit hole. I could go into the foyer,
Yeah.
but I don't like to go past the foyer of the rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
Well, today I went down the hallway.
Coach, I think you went a little further further than down the hallway.
I
think
didn't
you
go
went
in
into
any
a
of the
couple bedrooms.
I did not. I don't know.
Maybe
But
the bathroom, too.
went into the bathroom.
Jesus, yeah, I think you went a little further than a foyer.
Listen, I will say, though, that if we're going to beat the Antichrist together and Satan is distracting us by having us fight against each other, we really have to start praying. We have to start having faith, and we have to start praying, and we have to stop fighting with each other and really start looking at where it's coming from.
And getting back to what's important, right, Coach?
Well, yeah, and everybody has to start playing their part and praying.
Yeah.
Like, enough is enough already. You know what I was thinking
Enough
about
is
this
enough
week?
already.
So I was thinking about when I was a kid, Mama used to, every morning,
Yeah.
when I was really little, she would always say, okay, we're going to start the day by praying. We're going to pray for this person, they're going through this. We're going to pray for this person, they're going through that. The whole day was spent praying. And I was thinking, ever since women have been so busy working outside the home, who's at home praying all day over the family? Where is the soul of the home?
Right. The foundation, Coach.
You need the soul of the home. You
Yeah.
need the person praying all the time. And I was just thinking about how maybe our society is also deteriorating because we don't have the dedicated prayer warriors that we used to, because everybody's being distracted.
I can see that. I can see that being the case, Coach. I do think that prayer is very powerful. And anybody who says that prayer is bullshit, prayer is not powerful, prayer is this, prayer is that, I think you're an asshole. I mean, honestly, I think you're an asshole. But
bad words.
in all honesty, though, prayer is very important. And yeah, I think it's slept on, Coach. I mean, I talked to you about it on the ride here. I think it's really upsetting how many people have kind of turned away from God and religion in this new day and age, and doing the right things and keeping the right fundamentals in life and the right set of morals and values. It's upsetting. It's sad.
Well, I have to say, I love Pensacola, right?
Yes,
And one
I do
thing
as
about
well.
Pensacola
Absolutely.
vibes is a lot of people are religious here. A lot of people pray. A lot of people praise God all the time. We have high energy. We
do have high energy.
We have high
Agreed with
energy
that.
in Pensacola. We have good vibes.
Good
when we
vibes.
were in Connecticut, the vibes were very low. They were not good vibes. And I think a lot of that has to do with people are not praying in the Northeast the way that they need to be.
I think people are not praying in a lot of places, to be honest. I don't think it's just the Northeast. I think it's a lot of places, Coach. I think a lot of people have kind of moved away from prayer and going to church and doing the things that are important in life. We've talked about this. I mean, it's sad, but I think a lot of families went down that I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but they going down the road of, we'll let our children kind of decide what they want. We will let our children figure it out. And I could see that thought line of, but instilling those values and instilling the the way of life of like doing things the right way and doing things like it's important, I feel like, in life to have that and go to church as a family and you know, you really grow as your family unit stays stronger, you grow together, you learn things together, you can see with your own eyes, you know, the right things to do and what, you know, what you should be doing in life, what you shouldn't be doing in life. You know, you gain, there's so much value there. And not only, you know, how to live, but you learn as well. You learn a lot of things going to church. So I think it's important. And I think a lot of people kind of, you know, said, it's really not that important. We'll leave it. And you know, it sucks. I hate that. And I think, you know, hopefully people start getting back to it and start realizing how important it really is, you know?
Well, I have to say, there used to be an expression, a family who prays together stays together.
True. That's true. I agree with that.
And I think that we need to start praying as a nation and stop fighting with each other and pray for your enemies. You know when Jesus says pray for your enemies?
Yeah.
I have honestly been praying for some of these crazy liberals to like have a great awakening because I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when Jesus says, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do, I really don't blame them because they're being so brainwashed by a satanic cult that has been operating in the shadows this whole time. We're getting
right back to the satanic cult, Coach. Right into it, huh?
Well, why don't we go to video 20?
Oh, God. All right, let's go to video 20.
People were chained. They were beaten. They were stuck, cut. They were bled. And they would give themselves freely for this.
I remember just constant, absolute terror, and I can't explain how intense, how strong, how all-encompassing that terror is. Unless you do this, you're gonna get killed. You're gonna die.
I watched them take the lives of children. I watched them take the life of my twin brother.
They didn't deserve to live, you know? They begged by their actions to be killed.
This is inhuman. It's absolutely inhuman.
It is inhuman, Coach. It's inhuman. It's disgusting. Thoughts?
Well, the problem is that this has been going on for a long time and we laugh it off. Like your boy right now was laughing.
Oh, he was laughing.
He was horrified and scared. And that's why I was trying not to laugh because he's like, oh, this is like,
Coach,
but that's what we've been doing
laughing.
for so long. Like for so long, like, you know, we see anything like this. It's like, oh my gosh, this is such a joke because for us, people of faith, we would never spend our time, you know, worshiping Satan.
Well, you want to know what I think it is too, Coach,
What?
honestly? I almost feel as if there's been such a desensitization.
Desensitization?
Yeah, desensitization. God, what is wrong with me? What am I, an idiot?
Desensitized.
No, whatever. You say it. Say the word.
Desensitized.
Right, that's the word. People have become that.
Be desensitized.
And they have not been able to realize how awful like what they're looking at truly is. You know what I mean? Like they've been so brainwashed, as you always say it, right? You always say people are brainwashed. And in this sense, I agree that people are just so, you know, it's whatever. You know, they play games like since they were young, like playing like games like GTA where you're running people over and killing people, right? Then you have not that I hate that game. I love that game, GTA 5, best game of all time. But I'm saying like, you know, like people kind of just it is what it is, you know. It's not that big of a deal. So then they see things like this and like like whatever. Well, like they kind of blow it off because it's like like I've seen so much more horrible things. You go on TikTok now and you can watch police body cam videos of like them walking in on horrible murders. And you're seeing that with your own eyes. Like, and you're watching like body cam videos and you're watching these horrible things. And it's like it comes in your brain and you kind of become numb to like what you're seeing,
Carlos,
you know?
I have to tell you, I also feel like a lot of the problem is that we've handed our children over, right, to school for so many hours a day.
Right.
And there's this separation of church and state. So the kids don't even have the foundation of God, right? So they're not even thinking about God. So obviously, God willing, since they're not even thinking about God, they're not thinking about Satan.
No, they're not thinking about Satan.
We
Yeah,
need
it's blown
God's
off.
protection,
Totally.
the armor of God to protect us from what's going on with Satan. So let's go to video 17 because this video is very disturbing.
Oh gosh, yeah, this is very, very disturbing.
What the fuck?
This is CERN.
Shout out CERN. She kills her off there, Coach.
Well, you know, CERN, they're trying to recreate the Big Bang Theory. That's the whole point of CERN, because they don't want to say that God created people.
Yeah.
The whole point of CERN is, you know, the Big Bang Theory, that we came from apes, we evolved from apes. There was a Big Bang, and then all of a sudden we were like fish, and then we walked out of the ocean. And then, so that is the whole point of CERN, is that they're trying to play God. So what do they have to do? They have to do a human sacrifice. But then when the video came out, they said it was a lie, that it was just a joke. Who the hell jokes like that? Who the hell's like, you know, it'd be really fun Friday night, let's go do a fake satanic sacrifice in front of a statue that clearly is not Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, if you know what I mean.
Jeez, Coach.
So let's go to video number 19 so they could explain exactly what they're doing at CERN.
All right, let's see what they're doing at CERN.
This collider and these beings that they're in communication with. So we're talking about the premier scientists on planet Earth right now who are actively engaged, according to their own words, communicating with something with a personality, in their own words, from another dimension. And that's the purpose of the collider. I mean, people need to understand, this is not science fiction. This is fact.
That's correct. What I write about in my novels,
right,
I place a storyline that is embedded with science fact. Everything that I present publicly in the books, public speaking, is all drawn from their own scientific journals and white papers. And then I'm able to see what they're doing. Not just extrapolate, but see in the real time what it is they're doing. Not a future agenda, but what they're doing right now today. The imminency of what they intend to do, which is opening this gateway. And understand that the world of science in terms of particle physics also overlaps into DNA, into biology.
Yes.
There's a multifaceted, multi-level agenda at play, not just with CERN, but it's proof of concept feeder labs around the world that feed into CERN. So we are talking about changing humans, changing the planet. We're talking about not only bringing in information through a portal, but we're also talking about definitively changing our way of life.
I mean, and this is what was uncovered in the Epstein files that the mainstream media is never going to be talking about, because they get paid off by the same people that are a part of the satanic cult. And that's what you get.
So CERN came out in the Epstein files this week?
No, the satanic cult.
These are the globalists. These are the globalists. A mention of a satanic cult.
They're all together. They're all in on it. They are a satanic cult that is in on trying to destroy the world. It's not a joke. Like, look, I mean, honestly, this is not a joke. You have no idea. We could go to video number 18, that it has a portal underground their facility to hell, according to a news segment.
All right, let's take a look here, 18.
But actually, CERN is dealing with radionuclear research. But it is more than that, because there are lots of physicians, I know some, they're doing very strange experimentation there are beings from portals coming in and out. It's physicists from the CERN who told me this.
They've testified to beings coming in and out of portals.
Yes. They have apparently in the bottom of the CERN this portal, this door where they are dealing with all the subatomic dimensions. They say there are 17 different dimensions of reality. That's what those physicists say. Some others say there are more dimensions, And now, when you look at what is going on in the CERN, there is a fight from some of the military agencies, Intel. They say that there is a fight on time. They're trying to change time.
Trying to change time, Coach.
They're trying
to change everything, I tell you.
They're trying to act like they're God. These are the fallen angels. These are the demons that are in the world. And these are the satanic people that worship them. And the thing is that ice cream was mentioned 673 times in the Epstein files. And pizza was mentioned over 900 times in the Epstein files. And that is because they're a satanic cult. They eat children. They're pedophiles. There's a huge pedophile ring.
Time out.
It's disgusting. When
what
you
are you
read
talking
the
about?
Epstein files,
What are you talking about?
that's in the Epstein files.
What does pizza and ice cream have to do with eating children?
So you've never heard of the Pizzagate? You've never heard of Pizzagate?
The Pizzagate. All right,
That's how they referred to children, and now that it's in the Epstein file, it's not so crazy before. When WikiLeaks exposed it, they were like, this is such BS, like we would be talking about pizzas. They would be like, oh, yeah, let's get some pizza tonight. Come over, we have a pizza. And then people would be like, I can't have pizza again. I had horrible nightmares. I can't do it.
Yeah.
And this would be all in these Epstein emails.
Yeah.
These people are satanic.
Coach, this is interesting stuff. So now, do you think that Epstein ever visited CERN? Do you think he was a part of CERN at all?
Listen, Epstein had all the money. He even had the Prime Minister of Israel hitting him up when he needed a job. Oh, I'm not going to be Prime Minister of Israel anymore. You know who I should call? Jeffrey Epstein. He'll help me get a job. You're the freaking Prime Minister of Israel. Who the hell is Jeffrey Epstein that you're calling him? You know who he is? The head of a satanic cult.
I saw that there was an article in the Post today that he was maybe a Russian spy.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
That's a lie,
You want to know
Coach.
how that's a lie? Let's go to video 21.
Столетиями набивать брюхо человеческой плотью, а карманы деньгами. Но они должны понять, что бал вампиров заканчивается.
The vampire's ball is coming to an end, Coach.
Yes, I know. We have very creepy sounds here tonight,
which
I don't feel is a coincidence.
I think because we're talking about the Satanism, Coach.
Well, Jesus, I have a candle and Jesus will protect us, so I am not worried.
Who's knocking on our windows here?
Nobody's knocking on the windows.
What's going on here?
But there are some creepy sounds.
I hear creepy
You know why?
sounds
Because
too.
we are exposing the satanic cult, and we are not going. Listen, this is why we have to pray.
Yep.
We have to pray. Listen, if you don't believe in God, it's time to start having faith, okay? Let me explain to you what faith does.
Break it down for him, Coach.
Ironically, it was in my prayer book tonight, which was quite the shocker.
Lighting the paper on fire.
Faith is a giant cannon which hurls man out beyond the boundaries of the universe into the world of the infinite. It is not to be conceived of as something mild, sweetly enfeebling. Rather, it must be thought of in terms of strength and an explosion which has broken down the walls of the world, of a storming of nature by the hosts of heaven, that man might be released from the limitations of its own humanity.
Yeah.
That is the power of God. You need to start having faith in God. You need to start believing in God. God is real. The same way that these evil things are real, God is real. And Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, died on the cross for us so that we can be saved. He conquered death, okay?
Yeah.
And let me tell you, these people love death. You know how why? You know what else was in those Epstein files? Bill Gates in 2017 and Epstein were emailing each other about the pandemic.
Oh, wow,
it was planned.
Coach.
Yes, it was.
COVID was planned.
It was planned. It was planned
Coach
back in 2017 in the Epstein files.
Yeah.
This isn't made up. And let me tell you something. Donald Trump needs to start arresting people right now. I am sick of this BS. There are women who are buried in that disgusting place in New Mexico where he was doing, because you know what else Bill Gates liked to do? Human experiments.
Oh.
Because they believe in biogenetics.
Maybe
so
with CERN. Maybe he was doing it with CERN.
CERN is to do the Big Bang Theory. What Epstein and all these other sickos, they were cloning people because they believed in clone. You know, so it's better to have your own body parts, or you clone yourself, or you have somebody that you take advantage of. They have a baby. It's so disgusting. It is so disgusting.
Coach, it sounds like god awful. It sounds god awful. Now you mentioned something crazy in the car here.
What?
Do you think that Epstein's still kicking, Coach?
Well, I heard, this is another thing that I found out that even the Congress is looking into, that Jeffrey Epstein had a tattoo on his arm, right?
I'm so...
And he would pose for pictures with this tattoo on his arm. But then, guess what happened? The New York Post happened to see Jeffrey Epstein the night that he hung himself. The New York Post goes running over there, and the tattoo's gone on his arm.
The tattoo's gone completely.
His body's there. It's supposedly Jeffrey Epstein. The body's there, but there's no tattoo on the arm. Where did the tattoo go?
Coach, I got no answer for you. What if he's still kicking? Maybe it's like an Elvis 2.0 situation.
You think?
Like, because everybody says Elvis is still kicking around. Maybe Epstein's still kicking around.
Wow. Oh, and let me tell you something else. The liberals, who were so excited to get those Epstein files because they thought we were going to put it on Trump.
Real quiet
What did we learn in the Epstein
real
files?
Quiet.
Jeffrey Epstein hated Donald Trump because it was Donald Trump who dropped the dime on him the first time he got arrested because he said there's a pervert and you have to arrest him. So it's in the emails that Trump was the one. He blames Trump for being arrested the first time.
Yeah.
And then, what was that guy's name? Michael
Wolf.
Michael Wolf emails
him and
Epstein.
Wolf.
I can't stand Donald Trump. We got to find something. He's like, oh, yeah, I don't have anything on him.
Right. Yeah, let's go clip 36 here because they even asked Trump about it.
Yeah.
What he thought about Wolf and Epstein's emails trying to conspire to take him out. Let's take a look here, 36.
What did you think of the latest release of Epstein files, and do you think your critics will be satisfied with?
Well, they should be, because it looked like this guy Wolf was a writer, was conspiring with Epstein to do harm to me. And I didn't see it myself, but I was told by some very important people that not only does it absolve me, it's the opposite of what people were hoping, the radical left. That Wolf, who's a third-rate writer, was conspiring with Jeffrey Epstein to hurt me, politically or otherwise. And that came through loud and clear. So we'll probably sue Wolf on that. And maybe the Epstein estate, I guess. I don't know. But we're going to certainly sue Wolf.
You want to sue the Epstein estate?
Well, you may. I guess so, because he was conspiring with Wolf to do harm to me politically. That's not a friend.
And you know what I find? I find it so interesting how the Democrats wanted these files to come out, and now that they're out, you don't hear anything on the news about it.
Yeah.
You hear crickets. I mean, it's the deep
nowhere.
state. Deep state went to Trump.
100% correct.
And they were like, don't release the Epstein file. He's like, it's a hoax. It's a hoax. And you know what? It's not a hoax. It's real. It turns out Epstein hated Donald Trump because he couldn't get dirt on him like he got on all the other perverts.
Yeah.
And now you don't hear a damn thing about it.
Yeah.
And Trump needs to arrest all these people. He should arrest Bill Gates. He should arrest everybody. The podestas, the most disgusting. Arrest them. Go nuts. Arrest everybody.
Everybody's
and be like,
going. Everybody's going.
You can't be a pedophile and get away with it.
Yeah.
You can't traffic women and get away with it.
Yep.
Why just send ICE over the criminals? We have big criminals who are satanic cults. We have big criminals who are satanic cults.
So, Coach, you want to forego the arresting of the illegals and go round up the satanic people?
I'm saying if we're going to go after ICE because we need to get rid of bad hombres, and we need to get rid of bad hombres too that are satanic globalists.
Are legal hombres.
That are satanic globalists, yes. Yes. And you know what? Let's go to number 37 because this is a good lead-in for the Grammys.
All right, let's take a look here. Let's go 37.
Here's what Nicki Minaj had to say. She wrote, "Your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and mutilate and kill them as a form of blood sacrifice to their god. You see, when your master is Satan, you must constantly shed blood. However, the jig is up." And yeah, she's not the first person in Hollywood to say that. I just don't know how much could be in our face anymore before we wake up and realize these people are ruling over us, and they win when we're fighting with each other. That's just the reality. I really don't see how you can have a ton of success in Hollywood and not be in the club, because Hollywood was founded upon this. I just don't really care what you call me. It's time for everyone to wake up.
It's time for everybody to wake up, Coach.
It's time for everybody to wake up.
It's time for everybody to
wake up. Because, you know, I have to say, they are brainwashing society because they're not praying. And, you know, kids, like, you know, like your parents force you to go to church, but you're not really doing the hardcore
Well,
praying
no, they don't. They don't force them to go to church anymore.
Oh.
That's the point. That's what I'm trying to say, is that you're not even getting the experience of just going to church anymore. That experience is gone. So now, instead of having to go to church, and then you do still pick up on things when you have to go to church. You still, you know, kind of pay attention, and you're picking up things here and there, and you start to focus more because you're going so consistently. So then you start to focus more and more each time you go, and then you really start to appreciate it as you get older. And then you really, you know, but now they don't even go at a young age. So then it's like you're getting all of your source from the school systems and from the mainstream media and from like that's where you're getting all your sources of how to live and what to believe. And then now you have a bunch of communists running around on the street.
So that's why you have people at the Grammys who have more influence on your children than you do.
Correct. 100%. Because your child would rather not go to church because they want to stay up late, and they need to sleep in the morning so that they could stay up late and watch the Grammys and hear, you know, Billie Eilish tell everybody that they're living on stolen land.
Well, you know what? Let's go to clip number 2, because it turns out to be a big backfire for her.
Yeah, it doesn't look good for her.
No one is illegal on stolen land.
Oh.
Her brother looks a little nervous there.
And yeah, it's just really hard to know what to say and what to do right now. And I feel really hopeful in this room, and I feel like we just need to keep fighting and speaking up and protesting, and our voices really do matter, and the people matter. And I say sorry.
They bleep it out. But what did she
let's
say,
go to
Coach?
number 4. Well, maybe number 4 we'll hear it.
Oh, you'll hear it at number 4. I think you should say it.
Our voices really do matter, and people matter, and fuck ICE is all I want to say.
I'm so edgy. I said fuck ICE.
So edgy, Coach.
You know what? Let's go to number 5, because somebody went because he wants to reclaim his land.
Yes, let's see number 5 here. Reclaiming. They had to reclaim.
Well,
Take
how
back what's
funny
his.
is it that the tribe said, you know, Billie Eilish, your multi-million-dollar mansion is actually on our stolen land.
Yep.
So the tribe is like, so what you gonna do about it? So she locked a fence.
Yeah, because it's bullshit. It's, you know, the agenda fits when I want to make it fit. You know what I mean? That's what it is. That's the liberal way. It only applies to me when I want it to apply to me. But that's the biggest issue. That's the problem. Is these liberals who are out protesting ICE and protesting, you know, these keeping these illegal immigrants here. It's I only want the law to apply when I want it to apply. I want it to be law that everybody needs to be vaccinated to go to school, but we don't need to know who the hell is living in our town, right? Yeah, you need to have an ID to go get a drink. You know, you have to be 21 to get a drink, and then you need an ID to go get a drink, but you don't need an ID to go vote. You know, the law only applies when it works for them, and that's the biggest problem. Like that's the issue, and that's, you know, the result of many years of indoctrination through the schooling system and indoctrination through all this, you know, BS around you, not going to church. And then, you know, they think that they can get whatever they want.
Well,
spoiled brats, if you ask me.
I feel that it's because they really have nothing to say. They're an empty brain. So what she wants to hear some cheers. She wants to hear some cheers. So what's something that she could say that everybody will jump on? F ICE.
Oh, all of them
and
are doing
everybody
it.
will cheer. And then it's like, oh, because we're not going to really say anything that's important. We're not going to spread a message of love.
Right.
We're not going
God
to spread a
forbid.
message of unity.
Yeah.
We're part of a satanic cult. So I
We're
know
part
what
of a
everybody would
satanic
love to
cult.
hear. F ICE.
F ICE. Well,
So-
let's see what Bad Bunny had to
Yeah,
say.
so
Let's go
Bad
clip three.
Bunny, he had to put in his 2 cents.
Perfect. Right before the Super Bowl, too. 3.
Oh, sorry.
Before I say thanks to God, I'm gonna say eyes out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eyes out. That will get me the biggest
Look at
applause
that.
of
Look
the
at him. Look.
night.
Yeah. Ice out.
Well, hold on. But now we have to show video number 6 because ICE is out in San Juan.
Ice on about. This videographer, this guy taking the video. What an asshole. You see them running down the street, and then he turns and points the camera in the other direction.
Well,
These
I mean,
people,
he's
just such
it's
dumbasses.
But it's so funny because it's in Playita sector of Santurce, where a huge Dominican illegal immigrant community lives and has a powerful criminal element that operates in that area. And the person lives in Puerto Rico. They posted the video, and you know what they put underneath it?
What's that?
This is what I voted for. So believe me when I say Bad Bunny does not speak for all Puerto Ricans because there's a big problem with a bunch of illegal Dominicans that go into Puerto
Well,
Rico.
because I'm sure the Puerto Ricans, they don't want their island to become just like the islands of the Dominican and the islands. I mean, those places are dumps, man. There's a lot of neighborhoods that you can't even go in because you're going to get killed off. Like the Puerto Rican people don't want that. They don't want that issue in their town.
Yes.
They don't want that crap. So they're like, get these freaking fakes out of here. It's a pure Puerto Rican island.
You know what we need to show is the teacher.
Okay. You want the schools?
Yes.
All right, let's start with clip number 11 because this is where the indoctrination starts. We've been talking about this for forever. We've been talking about it.
So it
Let's
happens
show
at the Grammys.
Yep.
And this actually is
And
in a
then
school.
the
Wait till you
schools,
see
clip
it.
11. Thanks, babe. Appreciate you.
Crazy is that?
It's,
How old
it's
are
pretty
those
wild.
children?
It's pretty wild.
How old are those children that they're teaching them to F Donald Trump?
Yeah.
F Donald Trump.
The kid's like 5.
Yes, like you need to be learning your ABCs.
Right.
You need to be learning arithmetic. But no.
No.
We're gonna teach the kids how to protest.
We're learning fuck ice.
during valuable classroom time.
Coach, what's up with that?
What?
They get you fired up?
What?
That they're not teaching the ABCs and
Yes, it got
in kindergarten?
because you know what happened?
Like Ronald McDonald?
There were many times that I would pick up the kids. Like I'll never forget Gabriel's in kindergarten. Right? Here's a
Here's
story
good
of
story.
indoctrination.
This is a good story right here.
So this is, I grew up on the Lower East Side. I grew up right near the World Trade Center.
Right.
And, there are people who want to kill us in the world. Let's be honest. Well, now that I know that we're part of a satanic cult, a lot of our leaders, I can't blame them. But anyway, I digress.
Coach, did you just sympathize with Al Qaeda?
I'm not.
Are you an Al Qaeda sympathizer?
No, I'm not totally
You're an Al Qaeda
sympathizing with Al
sympathizer.
I'm just saying I can't blame them.
Osama, right?
Listen. If
That's
they're
what you
doing the
just said on
satanic
the
things
show.
that they're doing, I can't blame them.
Unbelievable.
If our
We're
leaders are
sympathizing with Al
freaking,
Qaeda. Osama bin Laden's going to get a picture on the wall.
If our
by the end of
leaders
this
are
episode.
pedophiles and if our leaders are eating children, then I think that we need to have Osama bin Laden.
This is wild.
Well, anyway, so Gabriel comes home. Oh, gosh, I know I'm not supposed to say the name. Anyway, my son comes home.
Your son comes home, Gabriel.
And he goes.
He's going to ask us to cut
He
this.
says, I told my teacher, I said, there are people in the world who want to kill us. And she goes, that's not true.
That's not true,
That's
Coach.
not true. So the World Trade Center gets blown up. My mother literally saw it out of her kitchen window.
Saw the tower come down.
But no, people don't want to kill us in the world. Like that, but that's
But
the
those people were
indoctrination.
right, though.
I'm sure if
They
she was
should have
still,
blew up the World Trade
listen, if
Center.
she was still a kindergarten teacher, she'd have those kids going, F Donald Trump, F Donald Trump.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It would
She
be in his homework packet.
Probably would have.
But
She probably would be doing
let's see
that.
when the
Yeah,
kids
that's probably
aren't
right.
cute and little anymore what happens. Video number 10, please.
All right, let's take a look.
Look, they're beating up a teacher in the first video.
This is during those ICE walkouts.
Yeah. That's what's happening.
All right, you can cut it, your boy. There.
So let me ask you something. Why
Ask
isn't this
us.
on the mainstream media? Why isn't this on the news? It's always a peaceful protest.
You could probably see it on Greg
It's
Kelly.
always a peaceful protest. They don't want to show the truth because guess what happened? So last
What
week
happens,
they were
Coach?
supposed to have a walkout at Pensacola High School, right? So the principal said you're not walking out because
Yeah.
I am liable for everything.
Oh,
Now-
that's a good story. Tell that
so
story.
my daughter, she's in all the sports.
Right, she's in all the
So
sports.
you have to get everything signed before she even goes on the bus. If let's say you're driving far to go to her game and you just
This
want to
isn't the
leave after the
story.
game, everything has to be signed and approved the day before. Like
Yeah.
they don't want these kids leaving school property, being out of it for a minute.
Mhm.
So she said it's too dangerous. I'm not letting the kids walk out.
Right.
So WERA is there. They're so excited. Well, the liberals start going crazy and the regular group chat. The principal should let them walk out. They should walk out like for an hour and a half, going on and on and on.
Going
And
crazy.
then finally, a parent says, listen, it's in the rule book. They're not allowed to just walk out. The
Yeah.
principal's going to be liable. There's safety risks involved.
Right. Yeah.
So
Fair.
then the parent writes, well, the Constitution and federal law trumps whatever the principal says.
Oh.
So, of course, finally, I couldn't take it anymore. I go, oh, so now federal law matters? Oh, I'm out of this chat right now. I can't deal with intentional ignorance. I go, I know. I've been listening to intentional ignorance for like an hour and a half now. So all of a sudden, they take down my comment. They take down the lady's comment. They take down my comment. And they say, no more comments. I said, for an hour and a half, this liberal's talking crap, right?
Yeah.
Finally, a conservative chimes in. Shut it down immediately. Shut it down immediately.
Coach, they do it
Think
all
about
the
it.
time. They do it all the time.
All
It's
the
a regular
time.
thing. I swear to God, we get shadow banned sometimes.
Oh, we get
all
shadow
the
bans a
time.
lot.
And I tell you what, I mean, you look at news stories now, and a lot of these news stories that come out, if they don't want it to be a centralized news story, something that they talk about, and we'll talk about one in particular, but if there's a news story that they feel like they don't really want to talk about, they totally just shove it down to the side. They want to bury it because they don't want you to know what's actually going on. That's 100% fact.
Well, look, let's show video number 8 because this is what the principal was trying to prevent.
Right. They're trying to avoid this. No.
Look,
Slammed.
that stupid kid jumped in front of the
Slammed.
car because there were other students who support Donald Trump and, so they drive away because they're scared.
Well, I mean, that kid was walking right in front of the car.
She jumped in front of the car
I
because
wouldn't
she
blame
thought
the,
she was going
I
to be a
wouldn't
big
blame
shot.
the kid that's driving. That person walked right in front of the car.
Well, you notice he pulled in his Trump flag right away. Like, this is bad. This is bad. When I was in high school, we didn't start fighting with each other politically. You know what we were doing? We were studying math. We were studying science. We were studying English.
Is that what we were
We
doing?
were being taught how to be productive members of society. You
Yes.
left the politics at home.
That's what we were doing in
You
high
go to the
school.
voting booth. That's when you do your political
We were talking
thing.
a lot of politics in high school, I'm going to be honest with you, Coach. But I think that's a result of the environment that is today.
Right.
People don't have the same sort of respect that they did at your
Right.
time in high school, I would say. And nowadays, in high school is when it really picked up. It was the heat of the race between Trump and Hillary, right? First woman president. They really wanted Hillary. She was the chosen one after she got slammed by Obama. Like, it was, that which Coach.
You know what
Barack.
happened? It started with the resist movement, wearing the pussy hat and saying, we're not happy with the way that the election results are, so we're going to resist. We're going to resist the other half of the country's what they wanted for.
I mean, that was
So
the
that's
big.
what
That was
happened.
the big
That's when
turn.
all all the craziness started.
That was the
because
big
if they
turn.
would have said, listen, elections have, right? When Obama
Right,
won,
write it
elections
out.
have consequences. Elections have consequences. So we needed to eat a humble pie. We weren't being like, resist.
Well, that's because Mitt Romney was a total asshole.
But the whole
though.
point
Talk about
is
an idiot that guy
the
is.
whole point is that elections, that's what keeps us from having a civil war.
Right.
Is that the results of the
Correct.
election, you have to respect it.
Correct.
You know? So you don't get to just throw a temper tantrum and say, I don't like the results of this election, so I'm going to throw a temper tantrum, and now you have to do what I say. But it doesn't end. So let's see. We saw the elementary school, I don't know, preschool, right? We saw the high school, what happens to. Now let's show number 12, because this is now in the college.
Right. What happens when a different voice comes into
Yes.
play? Clip 12.
Go on, fascists. Go on, Nazi lovers.
Come on, Nazis. Let's be kindness. Kill him with kindness. Don't take his bait. Come on. Let's be calm. There's no need for that. There's no need for that. We haven't said anything to you. Thank you.
Very mature.
You're a pleasant human
Fuck
being.
the Nazis.
All I can say is such a pleasant person.
Jesus loves you. Oh, he
The
does.
Son of God loves you.
And he loves Nazis too, huh?
No, Jesus loves everybody. Christ, our God loves everybody. God loves
He
everybody.
loves haters.
I hope you have a very blessed day, sir.
You don't have to have a talk with him. It's okay. I know you
Yeah.
agree.
That's okay.
I hope you have a good day.
Freedom of speech one.
Coach, thoughts?
Because they can't take anybody with a different opinion from them.
Yeah.
And honestly, the Nazis were the satanic people. The Nazis were satanic.
Well, he's saying Trump supporters are satanic.
Because what I'm saying is that they're the Nazis. The fact that he can't let somebody else have a voice shows that he's the Nazi. He is, if he was, I'd be like, and you're a demon. You're a demon.
Is that what you would tell him,
Yes,
Coach?
so I'd be like, and you're a demon because you're a fake professor, because you can't let anybody
You're a punk
else
bitch.
have their own thoughts.
Yeah.
You know? So right away, like, did that girl look like a Nazi? Give me a break.
No.
Come on.
Well, we didn't see the eyes though. She did have the blonde hair. We didn't get to see what the eyes look like, so we don't know if she was
No.
Aryan.
No, it's all about throwing a temper tantrum.
Yeah.
Because they can't get what they want. So let's go to video number 15.
Oh, all right, Coach, you're ready to go. 15.
Yeah.
You guys talking to me, right? So, what can we do to hurry this up? Because we have fire trucks and ambulances that might need to get through here.
They can come
and
through
we have,
here.
and you're talking about the community, and we're talking about making sure that your neighbors can get access to emergency services.
City buses have been easily passing, so I suspect.
And we're all here. When they come, we'll move it for them, you know? Frankly, you're the one blocking it right now.
I heard there was some masked men like running around over there abducting people.
We're blocking the community because you guys aren't.
You're driving with swapped plates on their cars. Why aren't you ticketing them?
Oh, that's
swapped
Oh,
plates
looking
on their
for
cars.
tickets
That's
for
not legal in
ICE,
Minnesota.
They want a ticket ice.
How about you look for ice next time?
Go look for ice next time.
Good talk.
Jacob, he sent us here.
Minneapolis police, Coach,
Listen,
looking for ice.
these protesters are completely blind.
Mm-hmm.
They really have no respect for anything.
Yeah.
They don't have respect for, then they'll say, we don't want the ICE wearing masks. They have on masks.
They all have on masks, all of them. Well,
They
a
brought-
lot of them have the medical masks. You know, they don't want to get anybody sick.
Listen,
You know, they're respecting life.
well, all I know is that they have a recliner in the middle of the street. Did you see that recliner?
I saw the recliner.
They're
Yeah.
literally moving
listen, it's got to be a
furniture into the
long.
middle of
It's
the
got to be a
street.
long day laying out and trying to protest. You got to put your feet up sometime.
Well, let's go to video number 16 and see what they're actually up to.
I felt bad for this guy. Let's take a look at 16.
That I don't know.
He's just trying to get by. They're interrogating him.
Can I drive?
They're checking his license plate. That's what
I got
they're
a red
doing.
light.
They're like, oh, let's put in that license plate and have it run through our little system that we have going.
Yep.
Can you back up slightly and go right?
Yeah, I could. If you'll leave, I'll go right. Thank you.
They're running the tags, Coach.
So they have a right to just go and block off the road and interrogate their neighbors.
Yeah, and run a tag check.
intimidating.
Run a tag check.
That's completely intimidating. That's That's not right.
It's not, Coach. It's not right. But they don't care because what did I say before? Only certain rules apply when it fits the agenda that they're trying to push, right? They don't want mandates unless it's, everybody's got to get a vaccine to go back to school. Like it's very much like, it has to fit the narrative to what they want to achieve. And then it's whatever.
Well, let's go to video number 22.
That's what's going on here.
So we could show Trump's narrative and what he's trying to prevent.
Let's do it. Clip 22. Oh. That illegal is wearing the medical mask too.
Well, so that's a young girl coming home.
Yep.
And the Ring camera caught an illegal hiding in the hallway, which happens all the time in New York City, where you have people hiding in the hallway because then before you get into your apartment, they'll try to abduct. And I'm sure he didn't expect her mother to be at home.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was something he expected her to be a latchkey child, the way that I was, and that my mother wouldn't be home, and he'd be able to push me right into the apartment and probably rape and murder that girl.
Yeah, probably.
And that was an illegal. That was in New York City, and that was an illegal. So that's what Trump is trying to prevent, right?
Yeah.
But no, he's a horrible person.
Yeah.
Right? He's the horrible person.
Right. Well, of course, he's a horrible person too because he wants to have people have IDs to vote. Right? Oh, that's awful. You shouldn't have to present ID. You have to present ID to do anything else.
Yes.
Anything else, literally anything else, you have to present ID. What is so difficult about having to present an ID to vote? Oh, what's the difficult part of that? Then you can't vote if you're illegal. You can't have a dead person vote. You can't vote 5-6 times for a person.
Well,
that's why.
CNN had a segment, right? We don't have to show it, where they said the country overwhelmingly, it's like an 80-20. Everybody in the country wants there to be voter ID.
Right.
Let's go to number 13 so Trump can explain to you why the Democrats don't want voter ID.
Let's do it.
And we should have voter ID, by the way. We should have a lot of the things that I think everybody wants to see. Who would not want voter ID? Only somebody that wants to cheat. Think of it. We don't have voter ID. And the Democrats don't want it. And the reason they don't want it because they want to cheat. Because there's no reason in the world. And I love that debate, Lindsay. I love saying, well, why don't you want voter ID? And you watch them say, I don't know. I just
make them vote.
No, it's a terrible thing. So anyway, anybody else?
Mm-hmm. But that's 100% the truth. They are trying to cheat. And the way they do it is by they have a bunch of people vote multiple times. Mm-hmm. They stuff ballot boxes. They have dead people voting. They have abused that voting system for a long time. That's the truth. They've abused that voting system for a long time. And now they're trying to pass a law that says, listen, it's going to be old school. You got to present an ID. You got to have a U.S. address. You got to, right? Like you got to be a functioning member of society. And it's like, nope, we don't want that.
You know what's happening, Carlos? Trump winning is ruining it for the globalists.
It's totally ruining it for the globalists. I agree with that.
We saw
100%.
what happened at the World Economic Forum. We saw what happened in Davos.
Yep.
We see what happened with the release of the Epstein files, that they're all being exposed. Mm-hmm. Like, that is the worst thing, that we're shedding light onto the shadows. Donald Trump is shedding light on what's going on. So do you know a lot of these protesters, like the guy with the yellow vest who told the women it's okay, you can let him drive past?
Yeah.
Let's go to clip number 1, because this is what Donald Trump needs to get a hold of.
Yeah, he's got to get after this. Agreed.
We, as Republicans, would have went to the border and protested. Instead, we just let everybody come in.
You know why? It's because we don't have a George Soros that's funding these operations. These people are being paid between $80,000 and $120,000 a year to be paid protesters. When you're a paid protester and you're a kind of a wingnut, those two things go hand in hand. And yes, you'll fly to other cities and stay there and put your body at risk of fighting the federal government. There's an anarchy happening that I worry about people. I know people are compassionate. And I get that. I want to be compassionate towards people too. But if you start throwing out the laws of the federal government and saying, well, I'll follow this law, but I won't follow that law. I'll be an anarchist here, but I won't be an anarchist there. And I'll fight against anarchy in some other way. then you're just inviting the destruction of the country as a whole, because without the rule of law, we're going to fold.
We're going to fold, Coach. Agreed. I agree with that statement. And, you know, I would just want to know, in reality, I really want to know where you sign up to be one of these paid protesters.
Well,
I want to make $80K.
You know,
I'll punch an ICE agent right in the mouth to make $80,000.
No, you won't.
Like, come on.
No, you
kidding
won't.
Me? That's good living.
No, you won't.
He's tax free.
No, that
If
is
you're doing,
wrong.
you know,
that is wrong.
in the right state.
And it's so funny because today I saw a woman in Massachusetts, a bus just let out when they
Mhm.
were, I don't know, they love the Target for whatever reason. So they were all going into Target.
The
It was
illegals
all
love the
paid-
Target?
No, it was paid protesters.
Oh, paid protesters.
From
Okay.
California.
Well, you want to know why they love the
on a
Target?
bus. Why?
Because there's a Starbucks in it. And that's why they love the Target, because they can go to Starbucks. Oh, they can go get a drink. They can go get some. The girls love the Starbucks, man. Like,
Well,
white
there were
women.
men that were paid
all
protesters
about
too. But I have to tell you, there was another thing that was on that Epstein file that I was shocked.
Oh, what is this? Okay, Coach.
Let's go to clip number 29.
Ooh, okay. Here, this is interesting. Oh,
That's Mom Dami. The mother. Look, and there he is a little older. Look.
a little older, hanging out with Jeff. Jeff's hand on his shoulder.
Are you serious?
Coach.
Are you serious?
Coach,
I'm sorry, but that
uh-oh.
is something that I know that regular New Yorkers will probably like, what the hell? So let's go to clip number 30.
Uh-oh, here we go.
God damn it, we about to go tell them about that shit.
We not playing. That's right. Go around mom's on the Epstein list. She's on the Epstein list. She's on the Epstein list. Yo, mom on the Epstein list. Yo, mom on the Epstein list. Yo, mama's on the Epstein list. Yo, mom on the Epstein list. Now we gotta go to your dirty laundry. And we done found out your mom on that list. That nasty list. Your mom on that nasty list. We not done. We gonna keep going through your dirty laundry because you lied, Zoran. Yo, mama on the Epstein list. 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 Yo, mama on the Epstein list.
So where is...
We about to get up out of here, but check this out. Yo, mama on the Epstein list. Yo, mama on the Epstein list.
We could cut it.
I like it. I kind of like it.
But where is the mainstream media talking about
Nobody
that?
cares, Coach.
How come nobody's saying, like,
Because-
don't you find it weird how this guy came out of nowhere, but his mother has been associated and taking pictures with Epstein, with Clinton, with Ghislaine Maxwell?
He's Obama 2.0.
No, because I didn't see Obama's mother with Epstein.
But
I
who
saw
was
Mom
Obama?
Dami's.
Who was Obama hanging out with, though, Coach? Who was Obama hanging out with?
Who?
P. Diddy, Puff Daddy.
After he was president.
No, he was still pussy-ass senator from Iowa when he was hanging out with Puff Daddy. He was still a bitch.
I don't
he
think
wasn't
so. I
President
think you're
Obama.
wrong there.
No, we showed the video. There was the clip. Puff Daddy hosted the Democrat National Convention, and there was bitch-ass Obama, senator from
But that
Iowa.
was at the convention. It wasn't like Obama
No,
was
that
having
was-
play dates with
Coach,
P. Diddy.
he was-
No,
he's
because
an-
Mom
he's an
Dami's
underground
been with
guy.
Epstein his whole life. Since the
Coach.
time he's a baby. That you
2.0.
can't compare the two. You
2.0.
can't compare somebody who's been with somebody since the time they are a baby and come out of nowhere and become mayor of New York City. That's totally different.
Guy came out of nowhere, became president of the
Listen,
United
I
States.
did hear though that Barack Obama, I think, is somehow related to George Bush or Cheney. I'm not on the white side. I'm not kidding you.
on the white
On the
side?
white side, I
Coach.
heard that Obama was actually related to those people.
You're going to let that out on Black History Month? You can't do that.
Well,
It's tough
Well,
living.
I have to say, New
It's
York
like, you know,
has been a
Jesus
disaster
Christ
since
2.0.
Mom Dami has been mayor. Let's go to number 32 to show what Little Italy looks like.
No, this isn't right. I don't want to show what the Italians are dealing with.
Look at that, all that trash.
Looks like a dump, Coach. It's a total dump.
It's a dump. It's a real dump.
This is what's going
okay?
on. This is what they voted for, though, so they got to eat it now.
No, and then
Sucks to be them.
let's go to video number 23 because this boggles the mind.
Oh, video 23. Okay.
And as you said, I spoke with the Chakraborty family and I visited Chavez in the hospital. And there is no family should have to endure this kind of pain.
Baba, no! Hey, put the knife down! Put the knife down! Put the knife down! Put the knife down!
Look at that knife.
Move!
And the cop closes the door trying to get away from
Put
him.
the knife down! Put the knife down!
And the guy pushes through the door. So the cop shoots him clearly in self-defense because you can't have somebody come at you with a knife, right?
Yep.
So does Mamdani go to see the cop and say, wow, that's a tough day at work? No. He goes to visit the guy going after him with the knife.
Yeah.
Because no family should have to go through that. Well, Mamdani, what about the 17 people who froze to death on the streets in New York City?
Yeah.
Do those people matter? Do the
That's a good
families
point,
of the
Coach.
17 people who froze to death in New York City, do they matter?
Who fucking freezes to death? 2026. People are freezing to death.
People who are homeless.
How does that happen? How does that happen?
And with all the
in a
billions
communist
of
city,
dollars.
the city of the collectivism. And you got people freezing to death in the street, the city of collectivism? Tough look, commies.
Nobody
Tough luck,
wants
commies.
whatever the government is giving you. So we don't want to give them more money and more power because nobody wants whatever the U.S. government is giving you. You don't want to have to deal with DMV when you don't have to. You don't want to have to go to a homeless shelter. You'd rather take your chances freezing on the street, right?
Yeah.
So let's see what happens to number 35, to a guy who was probably an asylum seeker.
All right, let's take a look at 35.
I hereby sentence you to 120 months in federal prison for conspiracy to commit daycare fraud.
Your Honor, can I be deported instead?
Silence. Wow. He's looking for a trip out.
But
he's looking
this
for a trip
guy
out,
would
Coach.
rather be deported than have to go do prison time in the
Because he's
United
probably
States.
going to live a better life. He's going to come back like a hero. He's like, hey, man, thanks for all that money you funnel over to us. Appreciate you, dude. Let's go get a beer. He's going to be living a great life back in Somalia.
Yeah.
You know? Like, come on, man. He doesn't want to go to federal penitentiary. He wants to go live it up. Go be a pirate again.
Absolutely.
You know? Jack Sparrow style.
Jack Sparrow.
Go rip it up a little bit. Pirate action. He's going to have a float at Gasparilla.
Well, I'll tell you, these are the things that you will not see on mainstream media, including this, number 24, how Trump celebrated Black History Month.
Yes, Black History Month. Here we go.
African Americans built this nation. You built this nation. You know, you're just starting to get real credit for that. Okay, I don't know if you know that. You're just starting to you built the nation. We all built it, but you were such a massive part of it. Bigger than you were given credit for. Does that make sense? Right? But through generations of blood, sweat, and tears, and you deserve a government that defends your interests, protects your families, and cares for our own citizens first.
Amen.
My administration is fighting with everyone and all our heart to reverse the pain inflicted by Democrat leaders and to deliver hope and opportunity and prosperity for all Americans, but for African American communities all throughout our land.
Truth. And he proved that because he had the lowest black unemployment rate of any president, including Obama. Proof. The proof was there, guys. But they'll never report it. They'll never talk about it. They'll never give him any credit. We talked about it in the car. Trump could cure cancer. They'd still call him Hitler.
Exactly.
Fact. It's fact.
They give him no credit for anything.
The tariffs have worked perfectly. We've made a ton of money. No credit for the tariffs. Keep shitting on him for the tariffs. Tariffs were stupid. Stupid idea, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
You know, made billions of dollars. We're still raking in cash from the tariffs. Not one person would be like, yeah, man, you know what? Maybe that was a good idea. You know, just like, you're just like, that's what we're looking for. Just one person be like, you know what? Maybe he was right about that. Maybe the tariffs are a good idea.
No, they'll never
You know,
give him credit.
Just admit it, man. Just like, come on. Just have some sort of humility. Be like, you're right. He was right. I was wrong. It is what it is. Right? Little ownership, Coach.
Because they just have to keep brainwashing everybody.
Keep brainwashing.
They
Amen.
can't give him credit for anything. And then tonight, right before the show,
Yeah.
so we don't have any clips on this, but I read in the New York Post that China maxing is TikTok's latest trend as young people romanticize living in a communist society.
Yeah, I mean, they've been romanticizing that for years. I mean, listen to all the Bernie lovers. If you talk to a Bernie lover, I mean, you know, they've been talking about it forever. But guys, just go look at New York. I mean, go look at the city. I tell her she's going to New York in a couple months here, going into July. It's going to be an autonomous zone by the time she gets there. She's crazy if they think they're going to celebrate the 4th of July. They're going to move
celebrating the 4th of July.
They're going to move that Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Watch, it's not going to be in New York anymore. They're
No,
going to
it's going to be in New York.
They're going to pick up and move. They're going to go to Florida like everybody else.
Nathan's?
Yes. They're going to pick up and move. They're going to be like, we're out.
Well, all
Can't
I
do
know,
this shit anymore.
All I know is that the people don't understand what they're signing up for.
Yeah, they don't.
Because
They don't.
communism is a great evil.
It's the biggest lie. It's the great lie is communism.
You can't have religion. So if you think the Satanists are in charge now, wait until you're not allowed to pray anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you some of the numbers. For the Chinese Cultural Revolution, 1.1 million to 1.7 million or higher died in that revolution.
Yeah.
And the killing fields with Pol Pot,
Yep.
they said between 1.3 to 2 million people. Nearly 25% of the population died.
Yeah.
The Russian Revolution ranged from between 7 and 12 million, with the vast majority of civilians dying due to famine, disease, and violence.
Wow.
Okay? Like, this is awful.
Real stuff,
So
Coach. This is
you-
real stuff.
So you guys,
CCP.
you have to stop it with the flirtation with the dark side. I know that we're battling satanic people right now. We're battling them.
You know what
so
we're
the
battling?
only way we can win, what?
You know what we're battling?
What?
We're battling laziness.
No.
That's what we're battling.
Principles
We're
and
battling
principalities.
laziness, Coach, because it sounds so much better to have everybody be equal and everybody be collective and everybody gets free stuff and free this and free that and the government will take care of us, because who the fuck wants to go and get up every day and go to work from 8 to 5 and then change outfits and then go work at a restaurant from 5 to 1? Like, who would want to do that? Who would want to do that? And be on your feet all fucking day.
Don't
long
use the
to
F
make,
word.
make little money. That honestly, who would want to do that? But it sounds so great to live at home and get free shit all the time, and the government will provide, and we'll provide you this, and we'll provide you that. All you know, we'll eat the rich, and we'll all be equal, and healthcare will be free, so you won't have to work to get health insurance. It'll be free, and like that is the problem. I would rather get free stuff than work and grind it out to make myself into something, and that is the problem. I'd rather hang out and smoke pot and do nothing.
Well, that's
Truth.
instant gratification, but you
Truth.
work now, but you work on your career, and as you get older,
Right.
you get promotions.
Right, because
and things
you don't
work
see
out.
the bigger picture. You don't
Right.
see what you're grinding to. You don't want to see the American dream. You don't just start at the top.
Right.
You have to get there.
Unless
right? You
you're
have to
Mamdani.
build. Unless you're Mondami.
Unless you're
and then you
Mamdani and
magically,
you're with
you
the
never work a
satanic
single
cult of
job in your
Jeffrey
life.
Epstein.
And then you become the mayor of the biggest city in the world. Great life. Good for him. But I mean, in reality, you have to start from the bottom and you got to eat the shit and you got to grind it out and then you get to the top.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. So,
It
but
ta-
a
it's-
lot of people don't want to do that grind. They don't want to start from the bottom. They want to just either not do it at all and just get the free stuff.
Well, life
And the
is
rich
a
will
marathon.
provide. The government will provide.
Life is a marathon, not a race, and you have
Well,
to depend on God.
start
and
teaching that
killing
at the
people
schools.
is awful.
Start teaching it at the schools.
Well, this week when I was at church, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was, with King David. So I just have to read this.
All right, read it out loud, Coach.
Let my Lord the King receive the good news that this day the Lord has taken your part, freeing you from the grasp of all who rebelled against you. But the king asked the Cushite, "Is young Absalom safe?" The Cushite replied, "May the enemies of my Lord the King and all who rebel against you with evil intent be as that young man." The king was shaken, and he went up to his room over the city gate to weep. He said as he wept, "My son Absalom, my son Absalom, if only I had died instead of you. Absalom, my son, my son." Okay? That's what happens when people fight against each other. You don't want to fight against your fellow Americans. And we have satanic forces right now working very hard to pit us against each other.
Yeah, I would
And
agree
we
with that
have
100%.
to stop. I literally started crying, listening to King David crying.
Yeah. It's emotional, Coach.
You know,
It's
instead of him like being like, yeah, and the guy's so excited, but the city wept that day.
Yeah.
They all wept. So believe me, it's not going to be good. Look at what happened to Russia for years. Look at what happened in Venezuela. Look at Cuba. It's like back in time. It's a dump. Don't, please, everybody, find your faith. Go to church. Find God. Start praying. Really start praying, because we are battling against serious principles and principalities. This is not a joke.
Yeah.
All right?
It's true.
It's not just laziness. It's also the principle and principality of evil. Because you are working hard to build a future because you want love, you want children, you want to have a beautiful life.
Correct.
You see beauty. You're not going to be like a 37-year-old man who's kicking out taillights and going home alone. And I mean, it's miserable.
Yeah.
These people have
It's
a
true.
miserable life. They're lacking love. So let us pray for them. And please find
pray for
God.
him, Coach.
Please. That's
Amen.
what we have to do.
Amen. You got to find God. You got to find God. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate everybody who hung out with us tonight. You know, we had a good episode here. A lot of stuff, a lot of interesting stuff we talked about. We appreciate you guys. Guys, make sure you're following us on our social media platforms. Platforms are there down below, right? Make sure you're following us on X, Instagram, TikTok. We're on Truth Social. We're on Facebook. Go follow us on our Facebook page, right? Guys, our podcast is posted after every episode. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. We're on Amazon Music. If you're a Prime member, listen to us on Amazon Music. You know, make sure you're watching on YouTube right now. Hit like and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're watching on Rumble, make sure you hit the follow button, hit that like button. We appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. Shout out Zoe in the chat. I see you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for liking my outfit. You're the best. And shout out Dog Maddie for also being in the chat. Appreciate you, dog. And yeah, Coach, got a lot of good messages, right? Fight against the Satanists.
Be
Get
a
back
light
to
in the
church.
world.
Be a light in the world. Don't fight with your fellow neighbor. Let's come together. Let's build, you know, let's be together. Shout out Michelle. Thank you so much for hanging out in the chat tonight, Michelle. Yeah, guys, let's go have a great week. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Follow us on our platforms, and we'll see you guys same time, same place next week, next Wednesday. Oh, and happy birthday, Olivia. Did we say that last
sweet
week?
16
Sweet
yesterday.
16. Happy birthday, Olivia. Well, we had such a great time celebrating with you yesterday, so happy birthday. All right, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you guys next time, same place. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay warm. If you're in the Northeast, it's going to be a cold one. Sucks to be you. And we'll see you guys next time.
The warm embrace of collectivism.
Yes, be warm with the embrace of collectivism. That's right. Amen. Shout out Mandami. Good luck, pal.